President Bola Tinubu has emphasized unity as key to Nigeria's progress, urging leaders to draw lessons from the natural confluence of rivers Niger and Benue in Lokoja. Represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Kogi Dialogue marking Governor Ahmed Ododo's first year in office, Tinubu called for bridge building and dialogue to resolve differences and foster national cohesion. He praised the Kogi Dialogue as a step toward reconciliation and progress and appealed to leaders to unify in supporting government initiatives. The APC chairman Abdullahi Ganduje lauded the cooperation between Kogi's current and former governors, while ex-governor Yahaya Bello commended the state's development trajectory. But for a discussion of President Tinubu's comment about unity as the only formula for national progress and how to rally Nigerians towards a united nation, we're now joined by Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale.
Good afternoon.
Many thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. Pleasure.
Is unity the only way forward?
Unity with so many attendant concepts to walk it through. Already we have unity in diversity. But let's take it in the context of this Kogi event, in which Shettima represented the president, who is in Tanzania. And they are commemorating 1 year of Ododo, the governor of Kogi. I know it's a favorite of the president, because it's always, anywhere, it's always identifying him. They say that he has achieved unity. And the unity they are elaborating on now is that he has been able to work harmoniously with past governors, whether they have the same party or not. That is how the idea of unity comes in. But if I am to take it on face value and the figurative use of the confluence of Niger and Benue, you may see it in a different light. There's a fella's song, Water, you don't get any. So those two rivers, they can be terrible during rainy season. They clear farmlands, they destroy so many things. And maybe if we look at them with respect, we will know that there are some things we need to do to clear the path of the destruction of both the Benue, right up to so many states into the Atlantic during the rainy season. And the reason is not far-fetched. For almost 5 successive governments, we have not been able to play a part of the role, do you get me, in building dams to stem the tide of the flow of both Benue and River during the rainy season. Annually, we have farms being destroyed. This year, even the president still went to the northeast and some places to give them some relief materials. So let us learn to respect the rivers for what they are, historically and pragmatically. And let us live to our responsibility, make sure that the water does not turn to our enemy. Let's leave it at that one.
Very spot on, Mr. Sobowale. Now, talking about living up to responsibilities and unity across party lines, which we know is still a struggle in different states and sectors in Nigeria. How would you rate President Tinubu's administration's, involvement or efforts to promote unity and national progress in Nigeria?
Tinubu, on the record, and in terms of reputation, has no equal in terms of in terms of bridge building. Do you get me? That's why he was able to get the presidency. He reached out to the north far more than any other Southerner ever did. The only person who did that before was MKO, but he never got to be president. So he's a great bridge builder, and a bold one too, because some of us still tremble at the idea of a Muslim ticket. But he somehow won in spite of it. It's like Trump winning in spite of all the charges on his neck, felony and all that. So I admire him for that. So if he talks unity, he knows what he's talking about. Because he's a merchant in terms of reaching across. In fact, even right now, I'm Yoruba. Some Yorubas are wondering if he has not drifted too much to other sides of the country to the detriment of the Southwest. Get me? But he's a federalist. And that is what unity is all about. Let's leave it at that again now.
All right, Mr. Sobowale, we have about 2 minutes left. Just wondering if we can achieve unity without restructuring.
What is restructuring? It's realigning our forces so that we make the problems on the ground. Nothing is static. So you see, leadership should be flexible, not rigid. You can't say unity at all costs and no justice. No way. There will be rancor. We fought the civil war over that and have overcome it. But there are still some semblances of resentment. You see, when he says division is not necessarily negative. Do you get me? Because dissent is, you shouldn't mix dissent with division. Division is rancorous opposition that does not seek realignment. But dissent is a legitimate part of any democratic process. And dissent should be respected. The majority will have its way. The minority must have its say. That's the essence of democracy. And that's the basis of our unity.
And indeed, that's a very good place to wrap up this conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, Arise News analyst.